Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, let me just jump right into this. Something that I am not in the favor of, due to the experience that I have. Ooh, excuse me. I'm over here by the window. It's pouring out raining. Oh God, it started raining again. It was raining this morning. When are we gonna get some sunshine? Oh, Mr. Sun, sun, please come out and play. It just makes your day miserable when you have to deal with all this rain every day. I know we need the rain, but actually having it every day is gonna go back. Okay. Uh bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. Just bear with me for now, everybody. What I'm trying to do here, as far as with the discussion I'm having here about P. Diddy in talks for documentary about his life amid sexual assault lawsuits. Okay. So, like I said, it's so miserable dealing with working and it's raining and it's oh God. Well, anyway, y'all, we're gonna get into this conversation about this this talk about the rumor that Hollywood is doing a documentary about Sean Puffy Combs and about all these alleged these alleged assaults and everything, that lawsuits that he have pending. I'm getting this from the Irish Star. This was released, which is today, um, at around noon today. And these are like independent, I guess, media, media sort of, media. So what you will call, magazine articles or whatever. These are independent magazines and articles or whatever that they, writers and stuff. I don't know how true this is. It's been a whole lot of rumors that's been circulating around this, um entrepreneur, P. Diddy, about P. Diddy. And it's just sickening the way people are about feeling the way that they feel, believing all the lies and the rumors that they hear. I'm gonna say lies and rumors because I wasn't there. I never saw him actually do any of the things. So if I never was there, I can't really speak on a man's life and what he deserved. But what I do know is that he's not the only one. If this has happened, he didn't do it without help of others that done it along with him. And those who were there that may have witnessed some of these things and they had used intimidation and all this other stuff. Those who were there, okay, who participated in any of these alleged crimes along with him, because one man can't do it alone. You had to have help from somebody. Come on, it had to come from somebody, from somebody, from somebody. Okay. I remember watching the movie Casino, and I never forget how everything was set up in the organization, in this crime organization or whatever. And the people bodies were dropping and people were being silenced for not to talk to the feds, not to, and when they felt they couldn't trust somebody, trust someone, it is what it is. Things happen the way it happened. Okay. Now we all familiar with gangster movies. I know I watched a lot of them, the gangster movies, The Godfather, from The Godfather to Casino. as far as for this movie Scarface and everything, the organized um with Tony Montana and him coming from his place of Cuba because he was a political refugee or whatever like that from Cuba, and he came from that camp where they kept refugee camp or whatever in Florida, and his friend pulled him into this thing of crime, like the crime life and everything. And then there was some who were like, look, we ain't about that. We come here to be hard working citizens, and we tired of people thinking that we came here and this is who we are. This is not who we are. We believe in working hard, living as good citizens, to come to this new place of our, where we just came to for freedom of opportunity, whatever. So anyway, so we go on with the story of the Godfather as well. And we remember when this was the Godfather, we know that um the story starts out from all the way from Sicily. And um what is his name? Oh my God, what was his name again? The Corleone family, the Corleone. The whole thing started all the way out in Sicily. Okay, and of course, Michael really didn't want to take no part of that life, and the father really didn't want Michael to be involved either. He wanted his family life to be protected. He didn't really want his son to be involved. But somehow or the other, Michael ended up being involved in that life of crime with his family, the business with his family, involved in the business with his, because you're going to say his business because they had to, of course, own a business. And with that business that they owned, there was some dirty crime behind it. And moving on, moving on, moving on. This is the way it is. Now, we all know that Sean Puffy Combs, if you know about his father Melvin, of course we know his father Melvin. He dealt with some people from the streets and some um his father, he gave that himself. His father was a hustler, blah 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 blah. His family history, whatever. His paternal side. I don't know about his maternal, his paternal side of the family. His mother tried to keep that private, tried to keep that away from him, but somehow he was able to seek and find out who he is. And it's in his DNA. And he told his story. You can look it up for yourself. But still in all, he tried to escape the life of what you will call um, dirty crime, street crime, whatever. Even though he never dealt with the dirty crime from the streets, like the little guy from the streets. When I say the little guy from the streets, that Puffy never came up living out on the street, hustling on the street as the little guy. But right now in this game of business, in this music world industry, it's a whole lot of crime going on. And he's, like I said, he didn't do it. Everybody has done it. And I mentioned that in, I believe, my earlier video when I talked about things, how everything is set up. You got informants in every organization. There's always somebody who's going to um, talk, who's going to talk. There's always somebody who's there working on both ends of the street, somebody that's in planning inside, that's giving information to the police officers, giving information to who's going to work with the feds and everything else and try to get themselves a deal. Is always somebody they gonna put in place of that. That's how that whole organization runs. It is what it is. But back to about this document series or whatever like that. I wasn't there. I don't wish any harm or any ills or talk, anything on anybody's life because I wasn't there. I wasn't there. But I have, when the 90s, back in the 90s, like I shared my story, how I ever, when I did, was in the presence of Diddy, because I said I had a roommate, and my roommate worked in their advertisement or the communications department or whatever for Bad Boy Records. And we going back way back in the 90s. But as time progressed, people change, and I never followed the life of the music world anyway. I was a corporate. I worked in corporate banking, America, and there's just certain things I wasn't going to do to get ahead in my career there. So of course, after a while of 20 something years of that business, of that life, of my career with that, I moved on to something new and different. And I've done a lot of things in my journey in life and my careers and everything else like that. But I don't, I'm not about the big money grab. I'm not looking to be in no place where I know it's going to cost me a whole lot of problems, a whole lot of problems later on in life. And there's just certain things I'm just not going to do. So I'm just the type of person that just like to live, to be content. Like now, I'm trying to get home. I'm looking out the window here. I'm not working in the classroom today. I'm ready to leave and get myself home, and it's raining. So I'm just taking my time to just sit here and talk to you guys before I leave out the building. But anyway, so like I said, like I was telling you and everything, I'm not with the documentary. I'm really not with the documentary. I think this is really like a mob hit on Diddy, and I think they really want to nail him in the coffin and get him, and they want to persuade the public, like, who could be watching. It could be a judge watching, it could be a potential juror watching, and everything else. And I think this is a way of them now using their power, at the highest level of getting their criminals through social media influence, influencing people through social media, documentaries, or whatever. But people better think about what they're okay with, because it could trickle down to you. Whatever you support, it could one day become back to you. So, me being, like I said, I tell people all the time I'm a Christian, and I have to think with Christian lens. I have to look at things outside of the views of the world. I got to see things in a different way. And I don't think that it would be right if they want Sean Puffy Combs or Sean P. Diddy Combs, that this is the right way to do it. If they want to take him down for whatever crime they feel they have evidence, and all the evidence that they have, they need to do it in doing playing not dirty, but play it fairly. Do it in a way where it won't, you know, destroy other people innocent lives out here, because there are some people who are innocent about this whole thing and don't really know what's going on and don't really understand what they getting themselves involved with. Just like I say, these women playing these games of becoming victims when knowing doggone well they not really truly victims. They were volunteers. And there are women out there that are really victims of domestic violence. There are women out there who are victims of domestic violence. This is not something that we need to think a little bit more deeper than thinking just on the surface. And I feel it destroyed Mr. Kelly. It destroyed his defense. They blocked his defense so he would not be able to have a fair trial. And this man had to be trialed in two cities, and he didn't even have any victims or anybody in the city of New York. And reopening cases, and they coming at him for something they already trialed him on. See, it could be very tricky. So I tell people, don't always feel this is the right way in the criminal justice system. this is the right way we should deal with our criminals when we want to convict them or we want to bring charges against them for the crimes they have committed. I just truly believe they should just arrest him, book him, do like what they can about Robert Sylvester. They didn't give him a bond. Let him sit there until his case is come forward or whatever. If they have any evidence that any of these crimes that he supposedly had committed, allegedly have committed, and they have all proof and evidence of it, this is the way they should go about doing it. Like any other citizen out here that may be not a nobody, because there's a lot of innocent people that are sitting behind bars being accused of certain crimes, and they wanted to shut a case and they just wanted to move on and take on the next one and the next one, the next one. So they had to put these innocent and these people have been trying. Now, if you want to do a documentary on a person's life, once they've been um convicted and once they've been in jail, that's one thing. But don't use a documentary before he has been tried in the court of law and found guilty. That's the way I look at it. Don't do that. Because, like I said, it can trickle down to you. Now, why use this on R. Kelly? Why use this on P. Diddy? But it has never been used on your other criminals from other, of source kind of people that don't look like Robert Sylvester Kelly and don't look like Diddy. Why are y'all using this as your way of kneeling a criminal or putting somebody in the criminal in jail or prison, but they only being done to people at like Robert Sylvester Kelly and Sean Puffy Combs? Why not Clyde Davis, Tony Montana, the one with Michael Jackson, all of these other people that managed him through music and the mob stuff that was going on with them, and how what happened to Michael Jackson, what really happened to Michael Jackson, what really happened to Whitney Houston, what really happened to Prince, what really happened to our legends, and everything else like that before y'all come for P. Diddy and Robert Sylvester Kelly with your documentaries to cause these men to go to jail and get hit them with a RICO to try to spend the rest of their time in jail doing documentaries on their life to put them behind bars and find a way that they don't have a strong defense and to um, prejudice the minds of the public. So this is what we're going to read here in the article. Like I said, I got this from Irish Star. This is some kind of independent newspaper article, media article, whatever. P. Diddy is currently facing a number of lawsuits from women who have accused him of rape and sexual assault, and is now reported that a documentary about his life is in the works. I'm not for it, and I'm saying it, I'm not for it. Okay. P. Diddy is currently at the center of lawsuits that allege he was involved in acts of rape and sexual assault, with new reports emerging that the upcoming legal wrangling could soon feature in a new documentary. According to TMZ, multiple industry sources with direct knowledge have claimed that executive at various productive companies in Hollywood and the UK are looking to produce the documentaries that will explore that would explore ex, explore the lawsuits as well as the raids on Diddy's Los Angeles and Miami homes on March 28th. He said March 28th. Is March 28th is accurate? I don't think it was on March 28th. The raid took place on March 25th, which was a Monday. So right there, that's not correct. Okay, whoever wrote this article, okay, they not being accurate. TMZ claims that five production companies have been in touch with former colleagues and employees of the rap icon. He's not a rap icon, everybody. He's not an artist. He was a producer. Well, put it this way, he did the background work. He did the management, the background, how to get them money, how to get them in. When he just played on some of their music and their albums or whatever. Diddy is not a rapper. He's not a rapper. He did the business side of he was in the business part of the hip hop, okay, world. He did the business part. So let's get that correct, okay? He's not a rapper, okay? Icon, including former dancers, ex security guards, former assistants, and ex girlfriends. Cassie, who previously dated Diddy, has apparently been contracted in order to provide context for the for the would be documentaries, according to the outlet. Okay. Further, reports claim that ABC News studies for Hulu are one of the multiple companies, including some in England, who are working hard to produce documents on Diddy, real name Sean Combs. In March, both of Diddy luxury mansions were raided by Homeland Security as part of a sex trafficking investigation. On officers were spotted with their guns drawn as they confronted those at the properties, including Diddy's two sons, who were handcuffed outside one of the homes. Combs has strongly denied any wrongdoing and described the ongoing case as a witch hunt. Last month, the police told the Mirror about the raid. Earlier today, Homeland Security Investigations (HSI) New York executed law enforcement actions as part of an ongoing investigation with assistance from HSI Los Angeles, HSI Miami, and our local law enforcement partners. I don't have my glasses, y'all, so this is making me like, oh. But anyway, y'all, we all know what happened about the raid and all that other stuff. But I ain't gonna read the rest of this because I'm straining my eyes reading, and I don't have my glasses with you. But I just wanted to just come and put my input on it and how I feel about it and bring my own honest feelings about this whole thing. That I don't think a documentary should be in place for John Combs until he is trialed, brought in, charged, booked, whatever, and then you can go into after he's been trialed in the court of law and not the court of opinion. Okay, if you really feel you have something really, really to and I mean that you found anything in this investigation of this crime, because right now from doing the documentary is really trying to make him feel guilty when he hasn't had a fair trial yet. So I think he should have a trial first if he has committed any of these so-called alleged crimes and he hasn't committed any sex trafficking and did all of these wicked evil things to women and other things that he might have done. This needs to be trialed in the court of law, not out in the public, not to the public. And people that are for it, I say this: if you have children and you are planning to have a family, one day you never know what your children are going to turn out to be. So be careful for what you say that you wish on someone else's life, not thinking it may one day and come back for you. I'm not for the documentary to be aired to the public or be put on Hollywood and Hulu or whatever, so that these people can use this man's life as a way to put him behind bars without even knowing the facts, not knowing if everything is proven true in the court of law. Let it be battled in the court of law. Evidence should not be put out to the public, and let people make their decisions from there. Okay? Let him be um trialed in the court of the justice system of justice, in the American court justice system, and not in the public. I'm not for it. And I just wanted to come say that. So let me gather my things together and let me get myself on my way. So maybe later on I'll come back and we can have more discussions about this. Um in in a live. Okay? So take care and you all be safe. Peace.